What it is, what it do, and how the hell are all of you? Yours truly, Petra Fucker, back with another mother lover. You already know the deal. Grab your smoke, grab your drink, and lock in with your boy, because we back. We back with another one. So in this episode, we're going to be roasting a little bit. We're going to be talking. We're going to be showing some of the weirder sides of TikTok and the shit that you can really just end up on not even trying. You know what I mean? As I was saying, peep that headline coming out of my stepbro's room. This is that weirdo shit that you can really find yourself on the side of TikTok. And if you pull up right here, 5,000 likes, that's crazy. Not that it's crazy because, yeah, I mean, people are into some weirdo shit, right? That's cool. Be what you want to be into. But it's still creepy in the fact that it's a fucking kids app. And you're trying to normalize potentially trying to fuck your stepbrother or your stepsister. That's fucking weird to me. And I also don't think people are going to be like, you do you, Becky, you do you, Robert, you get you on in. You know, there's a reason that these things are on the Pornhub. There's a reason for that. And I think people don't realize, like, those are actors. They might be very good actors, but that's acting. Now, you might have run across some real creepy bullshit videos on there, do what you got to do. But come on now. Like, y'all, it's not role playing. It's not a cosplay thing. Like this is what, in my eyes, this is what they doing. Like, stepbro, stepsis, hashtag funny. I don't know why it's funny, but I guess there's going to be someone out there that laughs at it. But they could also probably be somewhat of a cum guzzler or something. You know what I mean? Now, there's plenty more. Let me get it. Now, hopefully I don't fuck up and have to re-record again. But this shit, man, again, I'm going to say this is a kid's app, but you can see, look at the screen right now. Look at homie on the screen. This clearly is a big boy. Big boy. Got many layers on, many layers of skin. This man is rocking at least 2 or 3 seals and a possible chinchilla. I'm just saying. Now, that being said, I don't care if you big, little, I don't give a fuck. It don't bug me. Now, the sound, I've been going back and forth. I don't know, man. I'm not trying to get the video or none of that shit struck down or none of that shit like it's done before because of the sound. So we're going to play a couple seconds of the sound just so y'all get an idea of it. But just listen to this shit. Mind you, it's kids ass.
Dick back in my bud, I be jerking on his penis till the cum drip down his nut. He mad I'm fucking.
There you go, see, and he's just dancing to it. So I had to type it up on the screen. What in the Lord's name? Because that's 100% what I thought. What in the fucking Lord's name did I come across today? What in the Lord's name did this man think that this is going to be a hit, Jack? This is going to be a hit. Now, right here. Oh, bro, I went viral, bro. I went viral. You went viral for dancing to a stick or something up, up inside you, you know what I mean, jerking out. That's some weirdo shit. Now, do you, again, like I said, I'm just pointing out the weird motherfucking sides of TikTok and the fact that so many people call that shit a kids app when clearly the adults have taken over the motherfucking app. I mean, what else can one person say? Come on now. They obviously have taken over the fucking app. Now, there's so much weird shit on TikTok. There's so much political shit. There's so much, like, gaslighting, so much straw manning, so much disingenuous bullshit. There are so many grifters. There are so many has-beens, wannabes, all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? And now, there are some people that do make a good case. There are some people that do make a good argument. There are some people that present shit that you're able to look at it and be like, you know what, I didn't see it that way. Bet. But there's also a lot of other motherfuckers that get upset with your opinion and will do everything they can to strike you the fuck down. Every chance they get. Report your videos, get you reported for this, that, the other. You can do what you gonna do. But trying to stop someone from doing what they want to do is fucked up. And it's social media. It's the internet. If it bugs you that much, turn it the fuck off. That's the best thing I could tell someone to do. And a lot of these people that be out here just reporting willy-nilly for no reason because their feelings are hurt, they feel some kind of way, rah, rah, rah. You're not a white knight. You're not no one's superhero. You're not really making a name or nothing, a good name for yourself. That's not, as far as I'm concerned, all you're doing is shutting down someone's speech that you don't like because you have a way of doing it, knowing full well that all these social media apps will go 100% with you. There's a reason that you can't call someone a fucker on Twitter without Twitter being like, are you sure you want to send this tweet? Are you sure you don't want to edit it down? Now, again, they're their own platforms, got to follow the rules, this, that, the other. But I also think there's a big difference when people don't follow the rules and do nothing but abuse the rules. You want to get mad at people for talking about, you want to get mad at people that do not follow the LBGTT, whatever movement. You want to get mad at them. You want to report, you want to shut them down, this, that, the other, because they don't follow what you believe in. But a lot of what y'all are preaching, again, I'm going to say it's a fucking kids app. So why do they got to follow you on your testosterone treatment? Good one. We going to get to one. Let's pull it up right now. Right here. Chick clearly has a beard. In her content, she talks about that she's talking to men and, I got a vagina. But yet you got a fucking beard. How does that not send crazy mixed messages to just about anybody in the motherfucking world? And not only that, look at the caption. Read that shit. I point the arrow to it if you want. Yes, that's TittySweat is what it says. So how do you want someone to not only take you seriously, but also back what you're gonna believe? Because let's watch. I'm not gonna play the sound because it's really one of these little ass kid sounds, and I'm not digging it. I'm not with it. It's just some really weirdo shit to me. When they use sounds like that, little ass girl sounds, little ass kid sounds, that's really weird to me, and I'm not playing it. But then right there, you finally found a job that was accepting of you being LGBTQ, whatever. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Jobs are not allowed to discriminate against you for that shit, and don't act like they out here doing that shit. That's why I'm saying this is gaslighting. This is disingenuous to me, because and you lost your jobs over being autistic. Bullshit you did. Bullshit you did. Probably was never a job probably was never even had a job. I'm not saying that person hasn't had a job, but there probably was no job when it came to making this video. That's why I wrote lying ass motherfucker. Because if this was legit, let's say this was 100% true story, facts, rah rah rah. Why you turn the comments off? Why turn the comments off? What good does that do you to turn the comments off? Oh, because you don't want people to tell you that you a lying ass motherfucker. That's what you don't want. Clear as motherfucking day. Let's keep it above. Right here. Read the fucking headline. Explain to a cis hetero man that I'm AFAB non-binary on testosterone. I have no clue what AFAB means. I'm not even going to look into that shit. It's just extra. Now, that's why I wrote one guy's name. Like, what the fuck? Like, first off, that's a word salad and a half. You can't even deny that it's not. Look at that shit. Explain to a cis hetero man that I'm AFAB non-binary on testosterone. You had to abbreviate AFAB because it's fucking 4 words. Probably words that are weird, like, you just, sounds like, again, like probably the word salad. Now, people say, man, that's disrespectful as fuck. I don't care. I stopped caring a long time ago, bro. Someone said on TikTok, man, that you can't want to be treated normally and then get mad and then want to be treated specially. And that's what happens when it comes to the LGBT community. A lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of the people that make it their only identity, that's the only thing about me. That's the only thing. Because that's, in my eyes, this is what this person's doing. You are making your life choices of whatever you may want to be, boy, girl, drag, and I don't give a fuck. You are making that the only thing about you. And when you want to run around with a goatee and, have tiggo bitties and, have a vagina, this, that, the other, you just send weirdo messages. Now, it might be different if you was in like a carnival bearded lady type shit, or if you actually had a I don't want to call it a disease, but it's probably it would be considered a disease that where you're a woman that grows facial hair. It'd be different, but it's not. You're going out on a limb in my eyes. And again, I'm always say this is a fucking kids app. What the fuck do kids need to know about any of this shit? And I'm not saying I'm any better, but I make it very clear that my show is not meant for children. My show is not meant for kids. I'm not trying to end up on no kids app. I'm not trying to make no money off no kids. The fuck? And I'm damn sure not trying to preach shit to them, except that, you know what? You can be what you want to be. You can live your best life. And stay off drugs. Stay in school. What the fuck else you supposed to preach? Sure ain't this shit. And I don't know if I let it play out. I think I did, yeah. And then, I should have played that. But it basically was like, men, like, what in the fuck? Like, that's like their comeback. Because what did you want them to think? When I say, what did you want them to think, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta think about that. Like, not... Men right now are... And this, I'm not saying men have it harder than anybody else. I'm not saying that shit because I don't believe that's the case. But I do believe that men right now, single men, they got a lot of obstacles, man. That's a lot of obstacles. There's a lot of homies out there that are in relationships that are happier in a relationship and not in the dating world right now. I happen to be one of them motherfuckers. Because there was a person on, I don't know who talked about it. I didn't screenshot it, but I seen the video on TikTok. It was a person that was saying the minute they have bottom surgery, they are never going to talk about their trans again. And I think you do you. That's okay. But if you have a partner and that's your life partner, then you might want to disclose that shit to them because they may not be okay with that. Now, they might be perfectly fine with that shit. But you don't get to decide that for them. And that's where I think a lot of people get that shit convoluted. You know what I mean? You're not able to decide what someone else wants just because you don't want to disclose it. That, to me, that's the same concept as if you had AIDS or herpes or some shit and you gonna go have sex with the person and you just don't disclose it to them. Or you gonna try to get married to this person or, life partner type shit and you just don't disclose it to them. You know what I mean? Now, that, when I seen it, I was just like, that's wild that someone, you can make the decision you want to make. I'm not saying that it's okay if people beat the fuck out of trans people once they disclose. I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm not condoning any kind of violence on that shit. But I think if you told people, especially if you really had something going with that person, they might be okay with that shit. They might see it your way. You might be able to convince them. Now, there's definitely be some backwooted motherfuckers that is definitely pissed off, mad, this, that, the other. But there's definitely a two-way street there. And when you completely close off that street and you ain't gonna give out no information about it, you might fuck with that person's head. You could cause that person to do some dangerous shit to themselves. What if not disclosing that shit led to someone wanting to off themselves? You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about that shit. Like, it's a two-way street. When you close up that street, what do you expect exactly? You know what I mean? Now, I definitely am not the most educated when it comes to the LGBT community. But what I do know is, since 2013, when gay marriage went in and it became a thing, cool. Didn't give a fuck then, don't care now. What I have seen is the community grow, not just the gay community, but just the LGBT community just grow massively. But I've also seen that it becomes somebody's identity. That's it. That's the only thing about them. Or that's the only thing you see first, and that's the only thing you hear about first. Rah, rah, rah. And I think, and for me, I've also seen, and I still think that a lot of it, I'm not saying that you can't be gay. I'm not saying that you can't be trans. I think for a lot of people, though, it could be a trend. I think a lot of people see, damn, because this is how I see it. I think a lot of people see it as, damn, people get more attention, this, that, the other, because they're coming out, people, hoorah, congratulations, all this shit, right? And people want that kind of camaraderie. People want that attention because that's the tension. And not everybody gets attention. So if it's a way for somebody to get attention, then they might just roll their dice that way. And again, I'm not saying that that's the true. I'm not saying that's facts. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's a different way to look at it, because there are people that have went out and done studies, and God forbid that LGBT community ever got to read these studies, that a lot of people, especially now compared to 30, 40 years ago, a lot more people are saying they're part of that community. A lot of people are saying they're a part of it compared to 30 years ago.
And I can say, oh, now people say, oh, it's easier to come out nowadays, this, that, the other. It is, but the number is still extremely high in comparison to what it was. Even because this, I don't remember what her name was, but she was on Joe Rogan, and she got a lot of grief. So did Joe Rogan, but she had wrote a book, and she had said there was a lot of people that were transgender that wanted to, like, after they went through the process, they regretted it. You know, there's a lot of transgender people that don't want kids being on puberty blockers, this, that, there. But then you got arguments for it. You know, it's crazy because the community has so much infighting, and some of the people that have the microphones that spew shit have some of the most skewed views of things. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying nobody has a right to live this, that, the other, but you don't get to tell me to treat you like everyone else and then get special treatment. You don't get to tell the world to do that, and that's a lot of what's happening right now. So it's okay for Dave Chappelle to make jokes about everybody else except the LGBT community, because that's what they're saying. That's bottom line to me. That is what the fuck they are saying. Because his feelings may have hurt, his jokes may have offended you or hurt your feelings. He doesn't get to make any more jokes about anything because you're mad. That's dumb. That's fucked up. Now, this guy, this chick, I don't know who they are, I don't know. They got long ass nails, that's all I know. Now, they're talking about Dave Chappelle, but it was more or less what they said. Now listen to what they said.
Okay, first of all, can I just tell you, like, I'm totally fangirling that you even took the time to respond to my comment on your video. And I'm reading what you're saying. And you know, here's the thing. With Dave Chappelle, he has consistently doubled down and keeps doubling down on his transphobia, on his homophobia, and it's hurtful. It is factually hurtful. It's really hard for me to watch people make jokes punching down at the trans community. And believe me, there's plenty of stuff to laugh at within the trans community, within the LGBT community. There's tons of funny stuff you can laugh at. And I mean, when people are disingenuous, the way that I feel that Dave Chappelle is disingenuously portraying trans people as being too sensitive or snowflakes or whatever, it's the same rhetoric that we get out of a lot of other folks. And there are tons and tons of
disingenuous, punching down rhetoric. You know, you're just using words that you heard you heard what he said, right? Man, that's just, to me, that's a lot of word salad. That's a lot of disingenuous, punching down rhetoric. You know, you're just using words that you heard that you picked up along the way, and you're trying to make your shit sound legit. It doesn't. What it sounds to me like is you don't like that Dave Chappelle made jokes, and the jokes that he made were evil, mad, whatever you want to call it. They were hurtful, this, that, the other. But it's okay for him to make jokes about everybody else but you. Because if he makes jokes about the LGBT community, it's punching down. But yet the LGBT community wants to be normal. You want to be treated normally. What the fuck? It doesn't really work that way. You can't pick and choose. And that's why I said, like, it's the certain sides of TikTok you end up on. You end up on shit like this. You end up on, like, that fat dude dancing to getting a dick in his butt. Like, it's wild. And you would think at some point that it's a fucking kids app. Can't you take that shit to Facebook and have these conversations? Or is it because you get some play on TikTok? Is it because people listen to you? Is it because it's easier to find that group? But at the end of the day, it's still a kids app. And I don't know how this is informative to children. I don't know how this helps kids in any fucking way. What it sounds to me like is a whole lot of people out here in 2021 want to be treated the same, but also want special privileges along the way. And that's across the fucking board. That's for the LGBT community. That's for every race of people. It fits. The shoe fits just about everybody along the fucking way. And I'm not saying that what this guy is saying he doesn't truly believe, but I don't know a lot of people that are going to buy into that rhetoric, that his truth, with it being what it is. Now, I say it like that because I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be a hurtful person. Nothing like that. That's not what I'm going for here. It's not what I was going for at any point. But what I am going to point out is bullshit when I see it along the way. And I see a lot of bullshit along the way. And it's stuff that you're just supposed to be okay with because someone said you have to be okay with it. That's not how I roll. That's never how I've rolled. I'm not going to roll like that. You can be who you want to be, do what you want to do, but you don't get to decide how other people want to do what they want to do or be who they want to be. And if the way they want to be doesn't align with what you like or how you feel, that sounds like a you problem. Life's not a long run for just about anybody. And it damn sure isn't always a fun one. But to make your woes sound worse than someone else's is kind of bullshit. Because your woes hurt you, their woes hurt them. So what makes yours more woe-ish? And as I said before, this one could be taken definitely disrespectfully, but I really don't give a rat's ass. I want to talk my shit and I'm going to do it proudly. Be who you want to be, do what you want to do. But don't ask to be treated like every other motherfucking son of a bitch. And then ask for special privileges somewhere along the way. Because that's not the way this works. Peace.
That's still not what a period is. A period is when you shed the lining of your uterus. If you don't have one, you cannot experience a period. What you're experiencing are side effects due to the hormones that you're putting in your body. There's a difference.